Just about. Okay, good enough. Welcome to episode 2 of Tea Time. And I finally got episode 1 up, which took like all day. Sorry. And now we're at episode number 2. And as I stated before, in episode 2, I would read the rest of my documents that I have. So hopefully I can get the rest of them on there. And my phone's tilted on the side, so I'm not looking at the camera once. Now I am, but it wasn't. Not anymore because I don't know where they are. I'm just looking at my reflection. Okay. So let's get started and go into just go into something that I have not read to the UW audience, and that is actually a lost interview from Dark Rocker himself for his signing on UWA. At the time, I didn't think I was going back to UW. I didn't know what was going on, so without further ado, here is the Dark Rocker interview for UWA. Welcome to our interview podcast session. I'd like to proudly introduce one of a few great legends in the backyard wrestling industry, Dark Rocker. Rocker, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much, Alex. It's an honor to be sitting here on this important podcast. I think we'll get started with the first of 10 questions, and the first question that I believe everyone is wondering is, what happened to Dark Rocker? I spent 2 years hiding out from the UW studios because I wasn't comfortable with the way the writing system was going, and problems behind the scenes had started to grow to a bigger issue. I decided to cut off all ties, only associating with our pain once every 6 months, but mainly focusing on my life. I developed anorexia and lost a lot of weight, but also became more spiritual and minimalist. I went to return to UW again. This would actually be my 3rd hiatus from UW altogether, but it was the same issue as before, just problems behind the scenes and disagreements with the writing staff. I think I had some great ideas, but it was around unsupportive talent. The second question we have is, what is new for Dark Rocker and UWA? Well, Payne and I have pitched the idea of using a wrestling ring for quite a while, and I would love to finally go into that. In the meantime, I think that we will still be going around wrestling. I have ideas to break in a couple of Dark Rocker personas. I thought of bringing in my pet pig Eleanor, of whom I've had since last January, and create a backyard brawl match with our Payne. She wouldn't be a part of the physical violence, but it'd be nice to have her around. Get her more popular so I can get more media attention and get some support on writing my first children's book about her. I hope our Payne is serious about getting together and working on some ideas, because he's literally the last hope I have considering taking up a contract with wrestling again. That's great. I really hope things work out with you and our Payne and your pet pig. Our next question for Dark Rocker is, what does 2019 hold for Dark Rocker and the UWA? I can't speak on behalf of UWA because I'm not always with the writing team. I actually didn't know I still had our Payne's phone number. We just talked today for the first time since like March. But as far as Dark Rocker goes, I'd like to get into a character under the persona of the Red Star. I'll dye my hair red and wrestle in red attire. For now, I want to be the unknown artist and just let a 2018 run its course. There's probably going to be promos until spring from what I'm thinking of, but I believe I should keep updated on Rocker Wednesday just to let fans know that Dark Rocker is still alive and well. The fourth question that I have, and I'm sure a lot of fans have, is, what is the future of UW? I honestly don't know. If negativity didn't come about behind the scenes between certain parties, I would have loved to have stayed and even gone as far as to compete in Fighter Finals 10. But as of now and for a while, I have no desire to return to UW. I think that it's a bad time to consider a contract there, and it almost caused me to write my book, Dead End, The Story of Dark Rocker. Wow, I think UW is becoming a bit like WCW. Our next question is, what is the future of the Dark Alliance? I really liked our last faction on the Dark Alliance, but I think it's going to be a split back. It's a back and forth sort of deal. Payne and I want to focus on wrestling each other's. Payne's promos really drew me into wanting to come back, but not for UW. Our sixth question is, how updated will Rocker Wednesday be? I plan on updating it every Wednesday. I think it'd be great to build up the next few or so months on making videos against our Payne until our coming match. My problem is that if the UW studios get a hold of this footage, it'll possibly create a chance for me to return to UW. I'm sort of pulling a Bret Hart on the creator of UW or the man who claims to have created it. There's a bit of anger there I can see. Well, let's hope that Rocker in UWA is just as good or even better than Dark Rocker in UW. Possibly one of the best, if not the best, but we want to know. Do you have any desire to travel to Indiana to face the tornado? Of course I do. Jay's a very nice guy, down to earth, I'd say. I've had good conversation with him about wrestling ideas and just overall advice. Unfortunately, I have no way of communication with the guy because I just deleted my Facebook accounts to erase myself from social media. So as far as visiting him for a good wrestling event is out of the question. The timing is bad now, and I don't think I'll be seeing or hearing from him for a long time. If he makes a comeback with YouTube videos, there is a chance. But that idea may happen in 5 or 10 years from now or never. Back then we had no money to do this, and now we just have no time. Fighter Finals versus WrestleFest would have been wonderful, perhaps even my favorite event of all time. But now it's just a dream show. I would love to see that too. Our eighth question is, what is your character ideas about? Well, to make them short and sweet, the Unknown Artist is a colorful character to finish off the end of Dark Rocker and to show off my pig Eleanor. The red star has to do with the red year. I do poetry and photography years, and this year was called the white year. Now, red has to do with me changing, and it's the first chakra on the spiritual path. So it's about change, letting go, and rebuilding myself. Later on, I want to do glam rocker, which shows my androgynous side and is quite flamboyant. I'm excited to create these new personas, and there is a possibility that I may use Dark Abyss here and there. That's awesome. We have 2 questions left. Is there anything that will happen with UW at all? Of course. I have a few ideas actually. In 2019, I'm going to work on UW art drawings with characters from past and present. In 2020, I'm going to work on a series of 3 to 7 UW books, like fantasy books, but the ideas aren't fully developed yet. There's a lot of creativity going on with Dark Rocker. In fact, I am just less than 200 poems away from my 5,000 poem. Finally, I plan on doing the Uncensored Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2021. That might be in April or May to honor the so-called owner and his creation of Fighter Finals. This will mark 13 years of Uncensored Wrestling and about 20 years of Dark Rocker. Those are some great ideas. Our last question is, will there ever be Dark Rocker vs. System 3D again? Now, before I answer this, because this is a really controversial document that I made, this was made around the time that I was feeling anger and didn't know I would still go back to UW. So this is in the past, so I hope it doesn't cause any controversy now, because as I stated, I'm reading things from the vault, which is stuff I wrote a while ago, and this was written November 2018. I didn't talk again to System 3D until February 2019. So there's like 4 months of a span between the time I wrote this and the time that I talked to him. So just getting that out in the open. System 3D, love you, one of my best friends, and as I stated before, I'm reading anything that becomes controversy. I'm reading so I can let go of these feelings and just let it go out in the open. And I hope you forgive me, as we've been friends for over 10 years. I love you. There's no answer right now for that. both have much work to do in our lives before we can even consider speaking to each other again, and as far as I know, there's no desire from either one of us to want that. I'd like to say that after time we can go and have one more match, but for now there's just a no to that answer. Okay, now let's go back to something that I was working on earlier. This is the rest of the random facts about me. And let's just jump right into this one too. But first I gotta grab something to hold this phone on. There, that's a little better. Okay. I've never been in a relationship. I've grown a lovely attraction to two major people in my life, but it never worked out because they end up ignoring me. In school, anyone who found out I liked them would ignore me and make fun of me. So it started my insecurity. I try not to fall in love with anyone. There are two girls I'm close friends with who I have had a crush on in my life, but I got over the thought. They were the only two girls who didn't stop being my friend after I told them how I felt. I mean, the other two didn't either, but eventually they went their separate ways, and so did I. I hope to be with someone someday. If you can count online relationships as a real thing, then I guess I could say I had an almost sexual relationship with an emo guy in 2012, and I wish I was with him in person. But I dropped it because I felt like I wasn't happy. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't real to me. I need someone to cuddle with and to sleep with, both non-sexual and sexual. Being a bisexual androgyny means I want to be with a woman who can make me feel like a princess and be with a man who can come across like a Prince Charming or something. To be tough and fragile, I'm sure I'll find someone someday. I've met the Dalai Lama, Krishna, Matt Bellamy, and God in a dream. Different dreams. In 2011, when I was going through a depression, I would cut my arm, and I had a falling out with an online British girl who I was connected lovely to. I loved her and hated her, like fucking bipolar or something. She actually created the nickname Teddy Bear, which I believe only Sam, my close friend, still calls me. I love that. We've been friends for nearly 7 years, and she still at times calls me that. But during a day of stress, I remember having a dream where I committed suicide and was in a place surrounded by darkness, and in front of me was this rainbow orb of energy, and it was just me staring at it. And since then, I believe that was my own God. Matthew Bellamy, one of my idols, appeared in my dream at a yard sale in which I was buying a red guitar from him. And I told him I loved to sing and loved his music, and he told me to keep singing. Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, came to me in a dream. I was on a brown bronze-like desert that seemed to be made out of those blankets with the yarn hanging on the ends, and there is usually an animal on them. It's not an Afghan blanket, but similar. Well, George Harrison and I were sitting, was one of my idols, and Krishna walked through and stared at me. How beautiful. He looked beautiful. He was playing his flute. For anyone who doesn't know, Krishna is one of the Hindu gods and is the Hindu god for love and happiness. Recently, a couple of days ago, I was on a deck and saw a Buddhist monk and the Dalai Lama sitting together at a small table. Not much was said, and I know it felt like the Dalai Lama was trying to help me. Ironically, I had fallen asleep in my Buddhist monk robe. I actually have traveled to the spiritual realm of dreams, predicted who would be in my dreams, and have met spiritual family members in them. I am connected spiritually to my dreams and love them. I have a gift called sleep paralysis, and most of the time, whenever it happens, I astral flight unintentionally, and I'm able to roam around in my spirit form. People who talk to me about veganism have made me feel annoyed. I respect everyone's opinions, but I hate listening to anyone who tries to talk to me about why we need to eat animals. I have my belief system, and I agree that anyone who needs to kill an animal to survive His family was acceptable to me. The Native Americans did it, and so did other land-living societies. When people claim it's a way of survival for them and they are carnivores, it makes me want to slap them with the Bible, even though I'm not Christian. I don't like people acting like health critics to me and when they have their own health issues, and I'm very annoyed about people talking to me about veganism when they talk about getting protein and such. I just hate talking to people about the subject. This girl I knew recently shared a photo of a fox being killed by her, or a fox being killed. Her and I were angry at it, and then I deleted my comment and ignored it, all because her message got me mad, which claimed that we should all eat deer because there are too much in population and cause accidents. I got offended and decided to drop the whole thing, but I will say this. I do get a laugh at vegan jokes, and I have a sarcastic, funny side of me, and vegan jokes do make me laugh. My father will tell me these stupid jokes, and it's really funny. I mean, I sometimes want to smack him, but he makes a good joke on the subject. Thanks for reading. If you did, I was glad to balance this out. It took me a while to make this. Peace and love. Namaste. Now I'm going to read a self-discipline C story. This is just like my creative version. Some things I came up with last year. Morning speech, waking up. Good morning. My name is Dallas and Delilah. Today is going to be a beautiful day. I have total control and will be mindful in all I do today. I have the heart of a fairy and the mind of a warrior. I surround myself with a positive aura that no one can destroy. I send that positive vibe to those around who need it with love and prayers. I say good morning to the sun and smile with optimism. I have the energy. It is good energy. I feel positive. I'm smiling now. I am wide awake now. I am full of energy now. I am happy with myself. I am morning speech in the mirror. I'm handsome. I'm beautiful. I like what I see in the mirror. Yes, I am happy enough to smile. I need no one's approval to be me. This is great. I feel great. I say no to insecurity. I will achieve my dream weight class. I will achieve complete beauty, and I will achieve my greatest version. I am beautiful, kind-hearted, curious, energetic, artistic, poetic, romantic, charismatic, charming, delightful, graceful, etc. I will attract positive energy today, and with that energy, I will one day find my love. Morning speech. I will be granted energy to complete this workout session. I have total strength and total control. I'm surrounded by nature and love. I'm ready to jump in with mindfulness. Let's do this. No holding back. Time to jump right into it. Afternoon speech. No matter what negative things have come into my path today, we'll balance it and learn from it. Turn it into peace and love. All in all, today was a good day and still is. Evening speech. The time has come for sleep, and I'll surround myself with the angels and fairies. I will surround myself with an aura to protect me tonight. Lord, vanish my anxiety and let me go of my stress and uncontrollable worries. Let me keep what I can control. Send guidance to the ones who need it. I love you. I love me. I love all. Sweet dreams. Feminism. I am Delilah. I am a princess. I will meet Prince Charming one day. I'll have my dream wedding. I'll ride in a chariot with tea, and I'll have tea in a kingdom. I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, I'm sweet, I'm caring, I'm a princess. I like to dance, I like to sing, I like to wander, I like to be me. I am happy. My poems will explore my hidden love and are open to the world. I am gay, I am looking for a man, I am waiting for a man. I want a real man. Masculine, caring at heart, confident, controlling, but not narcissistic. He is not afraid of who I am. He accepts me. He shows me off. He loves me. I love him. He accepts me 100% and wants everyone around to accept me. He asked me to marry him. We get married. I have set my future. He's beautiful and hot. I'm happy. I am smiling. I'm dancing. I'm laughing. I'm in love. Mentality. I have let go of anxiety, anger, depression, paranoia, all managed. The reaper's under my control. I keep it in a glass jar. It's like a rainstorm. I'm enjoying the rain-inspired poetry. I keep it content and controlled. I'm letting go. I had a fear of feeling obligated to please everyone around me. I live for me. I am my own boss and judge. I let go of fear. I no longer live my life to please those around me. Eliminating all I don't need and living in mindfulness. My thoughts are thoughts. I will not label them negative. I will not overthink. My heart is like a drum. plays the rhythm. My anxiety is a portrait. I will hold it close to my heart and let it go like a bird. I am fixing myself. I'm taking things less seriously. I'm not getting easily angry. I feel comfortable. I feel at peace. Mental disorders have now become a garden I can call my friends. Health. I am a raw vegan. I will continue onto this path. I will allow myself to cook 2 cooked meals a day. I'll become beautiful and achieve my ideal weight class goal. I will eat fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, grains, and oats. Others too. I accept raw junky food. It is okay. It is healthy. I do not eat processed foods. I will not. My skin is beautiful. My hair is beautiful. I feel beautiful and I feel light. I'm a fruit fairy and a veggie Viking. I feel like a raw vegan princess in the forest. I will laugh and smile more because of my new lifestyle. I'll invest in positive energy. This healthy choice of eating is the happiness to lead to my greater version. Minimalism. I will let go of paper. I will live a zero waste lifestyle. I will not waste money. I will appreciate what I have before I let it go completely. I'm grateful of everything. I will not spend money on stupid shit. Hobbies. I will write poems and books to motivate others to find their inner peace. I will paint and I will achieve my outrageous goals. I will learn how to play musical instruments. I will make albums. I will love my music. I will enjoy listening to it. Goals. I will write 16,000 poems and save $30,000 by December 31st, 2023. I will achieve happiness and my greater version by then. I actually like this one a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this to the vault. And just going to keep it there so I can look at it again. Take notes off of it because I really, really like that a lot. Alright, so next what we have is another Dark Rocker interview. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, never mind, that was the UWA one. Didn't know I had 2 of them on here. Okay, we're not going to do that. What we'll do is we'll read some old dream journal entries that I had laying around. This is just from okay, so this is gonna be hard to explain because I gotta remember these things, but I'll do my best. Okay, so on December 7th, 2017, it's actually it's Rachel's birthday. Actually, wait, the more I go, okay, it's gonna be a really weird order. Okay, I took a plate off of a police truck and they chased me. I drove the police truck through a tunnel and into a house, up an escalator, and hid it in a closet. And I saw Rachel. My dreams are weird. December 6, 2017, I saw Great Grandma Brownell on Grandma's couch next to Uncle John. Gave her a hug and a kiss, and Grandma sat in a chair talking to her. Went to the kitchen and started crying. Met up with Morgan and Teresa at Subway to get some food. Bathroom left sewage and cat litter all over the ground. Jackie and I had to clean it, but I kept throwing up. Saw David from Toys in the grocery back room. On December 5th, 2017, April from Crafts wanted to help me get my permit. Drove at night. Was in a schoolroom with a paper statue. December 4th, 2017. I asked Steph to pick me up by a train station near the White House. Rachel and I went to a garden and cookie shopping. Bought some seaweed. November 26, 2017. Nicole and Annie were disguised as someone else at work. Lena jumped in a river by a train track and I swam faster to save her from drowning. Told Rachel about while crying. Mr. Dunn drove me to work. Thought I was going to be late and Eric made me a new name tag with a calculator. Weird dreams. November 25th, 2017. Held hands with Rachel walking through a meadow. November 24th, 2017. At a library, saw Brandon, giant ivory-made elephant, old giant London Town bronze statue. Saw Erica from Workwell in the car parking lot singing Magical Mystery Tour. Second floor at mall food court getting corn and talking to Rob from work. Oh, the fuck is Rob? From work. Oh, I have no idea what it is. Wow. Maybe I know what it is, I don't remember. November 23rd, 2017, left 2 pallet jacks in the Delhi area, saw Rachel at my work and she was looking for matching pajamas for us. Rachel and I rode bikes under a starry sky on a dirt trail by a meadow. November 22nd, 2017, went to Honest Way and saw Ken from the old Walmart, waited for Uncle John and got carrots, was late to my job. November 21st, 2017, saved man from 70-foot stair fall, at Rachel's and couldn't find the light. Eyes wouldn't open. I was between the attic and basement looking for Sammy's picture. Saw Gerald while I was on a ladder. He had a hand missing and an arm missing. Got upset when I tried giving sympathy. Mars was with me and I talked back to him. Break room was an open room with a rug and everyone reading a book with a candle, and notes were in a brown desk that showed old compliment notes and markers I left there. September 5th, 2018. With Annie and Rachel at a store, went to a library. August 16th, 2018. Royal sitting room for tea with a chandelier playing on a hill. These are all from 2018. August 17th, with Annie, saw Rachel at a store. August 18th, playing with Rascal on a staircase at a horse race show. August 19th, Annie and I buying princess dresses. David texted me sexual pictures at Walmart. August 20th, kid on a water slide, doll fell off to the cellar floor. Annie, Mackenzie, Dad, and I going to Walmart and looking for drugs. Annie saw me around lockers. I got excited with a cup of coffee, and she picked me up and spun me around. August 21st, Tracy talking about photo box holder. King playing with Snickers. Annie, Rachel, and I at the mall. Uncle Clifford and I walking through field, passing trees, tree harp, and trucks, almost sneaking to SPAC. Picked up Elena, Randy Ladyman, YouTube channel, gave me $100, put $200 in my wallet, and a room of people. August 22nd, saw Michael Vendor come in, room full of people. Annie and I in space at a Hindu platform near Jupiter on Mars, but a bus flew by. August 23rd, Rachel visited me at Storage. August 24th, Annie and Rachel outside. August 25th, Annie and Rachel at Storage, Spaceship, Shopping Market. August 26th, Rachel and I having tea. August 27th, at the library, Tracy and I at City Center. Picked neighborhoods, stayed with 2 ladies, Dad, Mackenzie, and Don. Drove to Colony, then back to Saratoga, Walmart High School. Accidentally pulled fire alarm next to Judy and Sandy. Saw Dan and some kind of light switch, dressed up around girls at the festival. August 28th, Uncle John took me to stores down the road, took 3 cement tiles from a mansion, waited for Tracy. August 29th, saw great-grandma Brunel's grandma and I were walking on Clinton Street. August 30th, outside Plaza, went to FYE, played guitar at 3 in the closet at a library. August 31st, with Annie at a store. DVD player at Storage. Impatient customer at register gave me a different card with a finger. I freaked out. Bass playing with Lindsey Sterling at concert upstairs. September 1st, with Annie at store. September 2nd, at a library with Annie. Jake died and went to his funeral. Was with Rob. Kaya came to visit as I was leaving for work. September 3rd, canceled plans to hang out with Jake over the phone, then blocked his number on Facebook. Went to school to look for Mr. Dunn, talking with Mr. Green. And finally, September 4th, went back to Walmart, but it was like a nursing home, and every room was different sections of food for the store. Saw Ken, Alan, and some lady. Paul McCartney went to see me in a bakery shop as we sang Honey Pie. Went to Theo's house and made coffee. Water in sink was overflowing, and he said there was a switch under it to drain it. Okay. Well, that certainly makes me think. The last thing that I have to read from my documents so far, even though yeah. I'd say that's the last that I could, like, go and talk about other things, because I still have a half hour left in this thing, because, as I said, these videos are going to be an hour long. Okay. The story of Delilah. In this story of my androgynous mind, you'll find that I will try my best to express how my mind works and the little things I kept hidden from others due to insecurity. Although my darkest secret won't be revealed, that has to do with this topic in here. Excuse me, I won't be afraid to tell it to a close friend in confidential privacy. But my androgyny has nothing to do with sexuality, in my opinion, but rather freedom of expression and the right to stand against the stereotypical wave of gender identity. Whether you have male organs or female organs, the clothes you wear, the mind you have, and the freedom of love you feel has nothing to do with your gender, but your heart, mind, and soul. Have I been attracted to my androgynous sexual way? Of course, but only because my homosexuality comes out, and I am easily attracted to those who have inspired me to go forth and express my androgyny. You may be surprised the story should be captured most, if not all, of how the story of Delilah came to be one of my personal personalities. Chapter 1, Discovery. I believe it all started back when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. While my brother and I had to go to a babysitter during the summer. The babysitter was a mother named Robin. Nice lady, by the way. She had 3 kids, but only 2 lived with her because the oldest was pretty old. Anyways, there was Andrew, who was my brother's age. They went to school together and were good friends. Then I was playing with Devin, the little sister. While my brother and his friends were playing video games, action figures, etc., I was playing with Barbie dolls, talking about princesses and all that girly stuff. Every time Dev and I would play together, it was basically just like me putting on a dress and having a tea party. But I liked it. I didn't know why I liked it, but I did. Later on in my young life, I kept that mindset going and just enjoyed it. But in silent areas, my father, who liked glam rock music, would show me music videos when I got to the age of maybe 9, the earliest. I was really amazed by some of these rock groups because of the attires they had: Motley Crue, Kiss, Poison, etc. They had such cool images. By the time of that introduction, I was sort of wearing black clothes. Not labeling myself here, but I looked a little like a young gothic person. But it wouldn't be until at least high school when my androgynous mind came out further and better expression. Something that got me really into that whole female mind state or feminist mind was an incident that happened when I was younger. I don't want to give details, but there used to be some wrestler I loved watching. Jeff Hardy was one I really liked, but there was this other one named Rico. Rico was this flamboyant guy who always came out with this blonde girl named Jackie. They're from Las Vegas and always looked like they were on a runway. Secretly, I loved and had a crush on Rico. His outfits were glamorous, if that's the right word, like the spandex that were either blue or pink or purple, some with animal prints, some with glitter, some rainbow, etc. Sometimes with feather scarves, face paint with makeup and whatnot. I really loved seeing him. He was really the one who got me wanting to go through that route of wearing girlish clothes and makeup. I still think about him from time to time. Inspirations, Chapter 2. When I think of people who inspire my androgynous mind, I not only think of them, but I think of the colorful attires those people have worn. What makes me attracted to them? The look of glam, gothic, steampunk, psychedelic, etc. I like to name some influences I have and what attires I love from them. Little Richard with his flamboyant suits, I have a favorite one. The Beatles in their 1967 psychedelic phase. Elton John and his flamboyant outfits. The list goes on. Steven Tyler, David Bowie, David Havok, Jeffree Star, David Lee Roth, etc. When I combine all of them in my mind, I use that to influence my androgyny. I put nearly no limitations on the outfits I wear. I'll wear scarves, short shorts, fishnet shirts, stockings, high heel shoes, dresses, kilts, skirts, etc. The way I see it is I don't need to limit my open mind when it comes to gender identity. Above all, I think both David Bowie and Steven Tyler have been the greatest influences for me because they knew how to change character, and I love that. Anyone can go on a stage and wear an outfit that might be different than expected. When you change it up by keeping it in the same wardrobe of fashion-loving energy or whatever, it makes it more creative and artistic. I love the Aladdin same look from David Bowie. The whole ragdoll thing from Steven Tyler was so attractive to me. Just like a bunch of scarves, cut up clothes, and gross designs is something I always loved. But a big part of being an androgyny to me is to fight off insecurity. I struggle with this weight insecurity that I have been fighting for years. I would only talk to females about it. When I got in the mood of wanting to take photos of myself modeling, I have to set my mind into a non-insecure place. So I try to stay skinny by binge eating and or eating really healthy. There's really a downside to the whole androgyny thing that and keeping it a secret from my family because growing up they never really understood and the constant judge drove me to a very insecure mind. I look at myself today, 140 plus pounds, fitting into small clothes and just feeling alive. I feel great, but my mind isn't always there. Sometimes I feel depressed because I was stressed out, and the stress brought me to this. Weight, it's a neutral thing. I love my weight. I hate how I'm feeling in my head. But I like being the skinny guy in the room, the feather of the scene. Going back to inspirations, I think the craziest outfits I've ever worn was two of them. First was basically, I have clothes on, of course, a pink tutu with a zebra print design on it. There was a pink fluffy hat and a pink and white fluffy scarf, purple glitter dress, and purple boots. Not my most surprising photo in androgyny's mind was only one of them. I never wanted to be like others. I wanted to be different, artistic, and open-minded. Chapter 3, School Years. I've never been about my androgynous mind, at least not until I was probably 15 years old. As a junior in high school, my hair was long and not really groomed, and I was looking for that rock star look. My nails were usually painted blue or black. I had either cut up stockings or fishnet stockings on my arms and skinny jeans. Sometimes I had really colorful outfits, a peace hoodie, a rainbow studded belt, and one day a gold and dark red and fluffy scarf. I don't know if I remember that. Oh wait, yeah, I do now. I think some of the girls liked it and others didn't. There was a lot of eyeliner that I wore, black and red, sometimes blue. People didn't understand me. I was very different. I made art designs on my arm and a lot that went from my left hand all the way to my left should and the left side of my chest, the left shoulder and left side of my chest. I got that from Jeff Hardy, 2003. One day I had a pair of black and skinny jeans and around my ankles were cut up rainbow scarves I had made to look like leg warmers. It was my unicorn look. Looking back on it, I think I had some insecurities because of how I was treated, but I was different. I'm not ashamed of any look I had in high school except for one. It was really a fail of King Dynamite about a week before Halloween. I was such a colorful student. It's funny. I used to wear these pink and blue fluffy socks. I'm sure teachers and others thought I was a homosexual. Maybe I am. I'm bisexual, but I do think about homosexuality from time to time. Some girls secretly whispered to their friends about how they thought I wanted to be a girl. An androgynous man can come across as a drag queen, but I never wanted to be a woman. I have a lot of respect for females and the female mind. It's one of the most artistic things in my vision and mind, but I like being a male. There's some things about females that I wouldn't want to be a part of. Fashion is different from gender, and well, as both are different from sexuality, most of my inspirations and what comes from those who are not afraid to stand against the crowd and dress the way they want to. Marilyn Manson was the first influence I had when I turned my light on. There's a rainbow in all of us, and mine is shining like a starlight, without trying to force into others' minds. I always loved Rob Halford. He was one of my favorite singers, and first influence for wanting to sing. He always... where the fuck did I see it? Oh, there it is. He always had these leather outfits with spikes and gauntlets and studs and whips and whatnot. He came out as a homosexual, but during the 70s and 80s, he was the image that made me feel alive. As a vegan, I still like the leather look. If there were any girls that influenced my androgynous mind, it'd be Lady Gaga, Shirley Manson, etc. I was more focused on female wrestlers because I grew up with that. I have much respect for them because I love them and their style, and they were quite underrated. Not getting enough spotlight in my opinion. I always loved the look of female wrestlers such as Trish Stratus, Candice Michelle, Alicia Fox, Paige, Becky Lynch, and many others. And going back around, I had one friend who really set my mind into being comfortable with this whole thing. My friend Sam. I hanged out with her and she had these red leg warmers and I thought that they were really cool. I asked her where she got them and I ended up buying a rainbow pair. She was the first person I told about my androgynous mind. It was one thing to come out as a homosexual, but when I hesitated to come out as an androgyny homosexual, I was worried that people would think that I was trying to be some creepy girl wanting pervert. When in actuality, I just wanted to be artistic and have a love for cosmetology and fashion. I'm an artist who is open-minded, so of course I'm going to be quite a funky individual. Since I had time to do this, I'm just gonna delete this anyways. I'm going to sing a song based off of Big Bad John by Jimmy Dean. My best friend Rachel has a pet bird named Tesla, and I called her up and said I had this thought of like Tesla daydreaming, pretending that he was a cowboy. So here goes this. Big Tess, Big Tess. Every morning at the tree you see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 240 feathers. Kind of broad at the wings and narrow at the beak, and everybody knew he didn't give bad milks to Big Tess. Big Tess, Big Tess, Big Bad Tesla, Big Tess. No birdie seemed to know where Tess called home. He just drifted into cages and swang alone. He didn't tweet much, he kinda kept quiet and shy, and if he sang at all, he just said hello, goodbye. Some birdie said he came from Lisa's store, where he got in a chirper of a Skittles king, and a broken twig from a huge nest ant sent a Skittles bird to the promised tree. Big Tess, Big Tess, Big Bad Tesla, Big Tess. Then came the day at the bottom of the root when a woodpecker cracked and the birds started crying. Pigeons were praying and wings flapping fast, and everybody thought they breathed their last, except for Tess. Through the twigs and dirt, the chirp of hell, walked a giant bird that the others knew well, grabbed a branch and gave out a tweet, and like a giant tree, he just stood there alone. Big Tess, Big Tess, Big Tess, Big Bad Tesla, Big Tess. And with all his strength, he gave a mighty chirp. Then a birdie tweeted out, "There's a toy up above," and two birds scrambled from what would be nap. Now there's only one left down there to say, Big Tess. With hands and feathers, they started back down. Then came that sound way down the cage, and then wings and dust belched out of the ground. Everybody knew it was the end of the line for Big Tess. Big Tess, Big Tess, Big Bad Tesla, Big Tess. Now they never reopened that broken cage, just placed in the attic shade. These few words are written on that counter sticky note. At the bottom of this bag of millets lies a hungry, hungry bird. Big Tess. Big Tess, Big Tess, Big Bad Tesla. I love doing parodies of my best friend's bird. It just is really interesting. I actually rewrote all the Beatles studio albums for that. So It's actually funny. Speaking of Rachel, this is just something I came up with for our second anniversary slash last March 10th. And this is just it's just what I came up with. Let me tell you something about my best friend Rachel. When I first met this beautiful lady, I complimented her and we just became the best of friends, talking for a total of 611 consecutive days on the phone. Well, a pair of boots became the opening to our first conversation, and well, the rest is history. For our love of the Beatles, here's me summing up my friendship with Rachel. A deep breath for this one. I saw her standing there, and I had just seen a face, but you could ask me why I couldn't stop thinking about her. Well, luckily for me, yesterday came suddenly, and I just knew it won't be long until there was you. Now, I always knew that all I've got to do is wait, because she said, in my life, I love you more. Now, we felt misery, and at times I didn't ever want to give up and say go to him, but baby, these chains had a hold on her, and if I could ask you, do you want to know a secret, I would tell you so much, and I love her. Oh, we talked about boys and have some tea with the taste of honey. There's a place near Strawberry Fields Forever, and by the roundabout of Penny Lane, where we rode the yellow submarine to an octopus's garden singing I Am the Walrus. But there was something getting better as I was fixing the hole. If she say please please me, I'd say honey don't. Oh, how we say love me do, and then again don't bother me. I always believed that if there was a devil in her heart, not a second time would I cry for no one. And she knows, baby, it's you, no matter how many times I've told her, think for yourself when it came to Golden Slumbers. She'd been quite the motivational friend for many things. She'd tell me about money and at times anxiety. She'd hold me tight and then say to me, you really got a hold on me. Her bird Tesla loved one I would sing to him. He'd chirp all over Beethoven and play that rock and roll music. And oh, Samantha, well, child, your mother should know how much you love to say hello goodbye to the blue jay wave that was flying into the Sun King's garden. The fool on the hill would always say, here comes the sun, right after saying to us, good morning, and he knew that I'll follow the sun because I'm happy just to dance with you across the universe. At times I'm on the helter-skelter and I feel like happiness is a warm gun, but I don't want to spoil the party and I just have to run for your life. But I know I have to let it be because we can work it out, but I've got a feeling the Maxwell Silver Hammer is coming down and you won't see me as I get no reply. I want to tell you that there's never a day in my life, in which I would never say love you too. Oh, I want to twist and shout when I get home about the things we said today, but I'll cry instead. Oh, it's been a hard day's night and I feel like Dizzy Miss Lizzie, so tell me what you see because I gotta act naturally to play as Dr. Robert. But I'm looking through you and I know what goes on in your heart. So don't pass me by, Rachel, my dear. Lovely Rachel, I would say to me, baby, you're a rich man. But you can't do that. I should have known better that if I fell, there would never be another girl here, there, and everywhere waiting such a long, long time for us to come together, all together now. If this letter sounds weird, forgive me. I'm a paperback writer finding the inner light, and I've got to carry that weight in my heart. It's funny, actually, because we met up with her father, me, Mr. Mustard, while Polythene Pam was crying about how you never give me your money, and Her Majesty would tell her, you can't buy me love. Rachel says, you know my name, look up the number, so tell me why I call your name. If there's rain, we'll be the day tripper, because Lady Madonna will tell us, don't let me down. Sometimes I'm a loser and I'm down. Yes, it is every little thing she does at any time at all that sends all my loving to this girl. If I needed someone, I know they'd tell me she loves you, so thank you, girl. I want to hold your hand, and this boy will call you 8 days a week wondering what you're doing the night before. You can call my mother Michelle. She's like the tax man, and she gave me Eleanor Pigby. To this one, nowhere man. I On the Magical Mystery Tour, we saw a Norwegian wood with a little help from my friends, but I'm only sleeping. I feel like I'm back in the USSR whenever I'm within you without you, my wild honey pie. This is like the continuing story of Bungalow Bill, and I will say the word love because I need you. The two of us will walk down a long and winding road, and when I'm 64, I'll speak the words of love as my baby's in black, dancing with Mr. Moonlight, sending me the blackbird. I want to be your man, and I'll be back to give your blues to Maggie May as I dig a pony. Can you dig it? I'm a bad boy when it comes to sexy Sadie, and I have to get back because everybody's got something to hide except me and my monkey. Honey pie and my savory truffle, can you take me back when I tell you it's all too much? Don't tell me it's only a northern song. The ballad of John and Yoko is like when we danced to Hate You, and I'm wearing this old brown shoe for you, blue. This revolution is I me mine, and I'm riding the one after 909. Just to hear you say, baby, you can drive my car. Well, good day, sunshine. This is coming from Mother Nature's son. Tomorrow never knows if you're gonna cry, baby, cry. And I'm so tired, and I sing obla dee, obla da, while my guitar gently weaves. Hey, bulldog, I've got to get you into my life because I want you, and I'll get you, my long tall Sally, and your Birkin sing. You'll tell me to slow down. Oh, darling, when I ask you, why don't we do on the road? If people say you're going to lose that girl, then I'll tell them if she's leaving home, it's only love, and I can tell her you like me too much and I like you. Oh, you've got to hide your love away. Please tell me as they take the matchbox for their lover Julia, writing Dear Prudence. I am feeding those piggies and that rocky raccoon with some help. Now I feel fine when she came in through the bathroom window, giving me a glass onion on my birthday. We have danced to Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, with the ticket to ride to the show being for the benefit of Mr. Kite, while waiting to see Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Everybody's trying to be my baby, and I'm going to Kansas City to say hey, 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 hey to the one who shows me real love. So please, Mr. Postman, say goodnight to her for me, and I'll go to her free as a bird. From me to you, this is the end. Happy best friend anniversary. All you need is love. Love, Dallas. P.S. I love you. Trying to think what else I have. 8 minutes. Okay. What I could do. I think if I have like any other notes I can read. Episode 3, I'm gonna start getting back into releasing audio recordings. Alright, let me think. I could probably just end up releasing some lost audio footage can. Yeah, let me see what I got in my videos. Got sound recordings. Let's see what this one is. If I will play, I don't know if they will or not. This audio recording is R1, but I can't tell what it is. Oh. This is an audio recording from this was my friend Ben. I thought it'd be like a singing concert that I did or something, but it's actually not. Huh.
Testing, 1, 2.
Okay, so that was me. I gotta put that on. Okay. Random singing test. 1, 2. Okay. Alright, so let me get rid of that. Alright, I got like 3 minutes. Recording that I have. Let's see what this is.
The morning sunrise comes with tea as you wake from your slumber. Pine trees, birds singing sweet harmony because they love to surround your altar. We walk through the beautiful forest, through those little gardens of peace. Who belong to the dragonfly fortress? Butterflies in your chest are longing to believe. Hold my hand, my wonderful friend. Clear your mind, have no fear. Depressive state, it won't be the end. Darling, I'm your teddy bear. Those portraits of an autumn dream left behind foxes of red, like the color of our river streams, sailing through the wind's bend. We will sleep wandering through dreams of bliss. I'll hold you close in my aura light as I cure your heart with a charming kiss. Hold my hand, my wonderful friend. Clear your mind, have no fear. Depressive states, it won't be the end. Darling, I'm your teddy
This was episode 2, and stay tuned for the next episode as release more audio tracks and videos. Peace and love. Namaste.